Ann Arbor, Michigan, Chrysler Center, the site of an exhibition matchup between Michigan and Toledo, but a meaningful matchup for the Michigan faithful, getting to see their new head coach, Dusty May, and a new look team with 11 new faces touch the Chrysler Center floor for the first time. And we welcome you inside. Jason Ross Jr. previewing the action and tipping it off before the season tips off for real. Get another look at this Michigan team. Again, have already won one exhibition matchup against Oakland at Little Caesars Arena in downtown Detroit. Convincing lopsided win against an Oakland team that made and won an NCAA tournament game a season ago. Pull up from Adams, one of the transfer additions for Toledo coming over from Buffalo, gets the first bucket.
That was a missed switch right there by the Michigan defense. They typically switch 1 through 5, we've seen, and need to be able to do that consistently in order to stop open shots like that happening.
Danny Wolf weaving his way in, got called for the travel, wants to. Golden with a significant height advantage here against Javen Simmons, and hooks it up and in.
Beautiful touch with the left, and let's be clear, I think this Michigan roster, the Big Ten has seen Roddy Gale score a lot of points throughout the years, and Michigan is hoping he can bring the same kind of scoring touch to this team.
His visit here, recruitment-wise, was actually at the Michigan football spring game as that pull-up goes off the glass and down for Sonny. Nice quick pass to Wolf down low. Couldn't tap it home. Some good interior defense from Toledo early in this one. Sonny Wilson was MAC all-freshman team last year. Gets it to Javen Simmons, who was the reigning MAC freshman of the year. Now both sophomores. He goes up strong. Will Cheddar is checked in as well. So Golden and Gale go to the bench. 8 on the shot clock here for Donaldson. Burnett's first shot of the game is cash.
Right on cue. Michigan needed to see one go in. Burnett comes in, lets it fly off the jump.
They were 0 of 4 from long distance up until that point, 1 of 8 from the field. Maybe that'll get him back on track. Wilson's floater, that'll go down, plus the foul.
And he's very positive about this journey that he's embarking on and the group of guys that he has in front of him.
Shot. Opposite way, Toledo wants to take more threes this season as well. Reuben Jones, the board. Up the other way, Cheddar and one!
This is the fast-paced tempo that we've been talking about with Michigan.
Great teammate, always one of the first off the bench to congratulate. Backs it out. Burnett with 41 career starts at his different stops, dishes it out, corner three. That's the corner that Walters really likes. All of his threes against Oakland.
This guy offers Michigan someone who could really space the floor and knock down threes with consistency. He's one of the few players, every time he shoots it, I expect it to go in.
Michigan had their first lead, and then the opposite way, Sonny Wilson. These two exhibition opponents, Toledo tonight and Oakland prior to this, scheduled to get a couple of different defensive looks. This is more traditional man-to-man, as you told me. And the three from Kaysen, long range, goes down. New faces on this roster. LJ Kaysen, one of the freshmen you really like.
And I'm not the only one who likes him. This coaching staff and all the players are beaming with excitement when they talk about Kaysen and the energy that he brings to this Michigan roster. You see him there, not shy of shooting that three.
Bend against the taller player. 13-13 early, make it 15-13 after the bucket goes in from Owinga, the freshman from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Opposite way, Cheddar trying to clean things up, and he does.
It all started with Kaysen.
Glad Golden, the other 7-footer from Michigan, getting set to check in. Danny Wolf on the bench. Nice body control through traffic there from Javen Simmons.
Out there running with them.
You think he could still be out there? We got the conditioning still down?
Not in these dress shoes, at least.
We were talking about shoes earlier. We just put the shoes that LJ Kaysen's wearing right now, and that could help out because his shoes and his shot are looking pretty good.
He would have the confidence to be the best player on that floor, and that just speaks to the mindset and the willingness to compete from that young man.
Hubbard trying to answer. He does. A three-point fest, your kind of game, Nick Stauskas.
It was a friendly bounce. Normally the home team's only supposed to get those bounces.
Like you said, you get quite a few of those bounces from the left corners. Pacing off to a good start, driving to the rim. They love his body control. And there, Hubbard, step back over Burnett, couldn't go.
Great job by Michigan forcing some tough contested twos. They'll live with those.
Pacing again. Oh, give him 10 points in what, about 5 minutes now?
Green.
Sanders Camp is what it was called? Or
Camp Sanderson.
Camp Sanderson.
John Sanderson was our strength coach, and spent the entire summer with him after my freshman year. And he helped me transform my body and helped me eventually become a better basketball player.
Well, the team is starting to drain some threes from the same side of the floor that you used to do that. Wolf knocked down that one. You went up from 192 to 208 that freshman to sophomore year.
Yeah.
Put in the work.
A lot of Chipotle, a lot of protein shakes, and a lot of protein bars. Or two while he was on campus. Happy for him and the success he's had.
Crowd for an exhibition matchup tonight between Michigan and Toledo. Bryce Ford at Wolf, the rebound. He can do this at 7 feet. Push the ball at the floor.
And Coach May gives him the freedom to get that rebound and go.
Oh, nice back cut. Kind of looks like your reverse layup that we just showed.
Like a team that's only been together for a few months with that backdoor cut.
Gale might have looked up a little too quickly there, although Wolf recovers and gets fouled. Wolf gets the first free throw.
We were in the locker room. Now I know why.
I love it.
English was always working.
Shout out to Juan. Golden or Wolf down there. And then the rip away from Fat Brooks, hopping the other way for an easy deuce.
I think that play shows you the defensive versatility from this Michigan team. The 7-footers blocking shots at the rim.
Starting to become empty nesters. Kids are moving out, and typically you go from north to south, but they went from south to north, leaving the, in his words, fresh Atlantic waters of Boca to the fresh lakes of Michigan. Not a bad lake to be around.
That's the power of the block M right there.
Yeah.
Well, while shots are dropping, it's been the defensive effort that has been the catalyst for some of these easy opportunities on the offensive end.
Gale, quick first step, nice pump fake, and he gets fouled.
A beautiful body control by Gale, taking that initial bump.
Gale goes to the free throw line, knocks down the first, but he'll check out nonetheless. Like you said, one of the questions you were asking, Nick, is who would be the guy in the big moments for this Wolverine team, going back to your teams with Trey Burke, Karis LeVert, you. You guys had different guys who could knock down those shots. It feels like this team could be similar with the variety. Little fading shot goes down neatly there for. Still plenty of time on the shot clock here for this offensive set. They don't like for the defense to even get set. That's how quickly they want to get into things. Cheddar hit the floor. Toledo trying to take advantage of it. Lewis, the drop pass to the trailer, and Hubbard, who rattles down. Toledo doing some good things on the road here. Physicality in the lane has been one of them. Simmons and Donaldson getting together there. And words being exchanged. 400 events when you consider the new schools coming in this year.
It is going to present a challenge for them, and I think in this early part of the season, even though it's an excellent, make Michigan work.
Like you said to me earlier today, different task than Oakland, because Oakland had that zone look, whereas this is man-to-man. Payson, another three goes down for him. He's got 13 points in this one.
Well, okay.
Was this guy knows how to win, and I don't think there's a better snapshot of that than him. Our graphic showing 13 points, but he's got the bloody lip too from all the work he's doing defensively.
Yeah, well, it was the anticipation on that pass, on the passing lane in the previous play that led to the Michigan possession.
Cheddar able to finish, lead back up to 8 for Michigan. 11 points off 9 turnovers for the Wolverines. Wow, nice work again inside there.
That was a great year after Trey and Tim and all those guys left, but going back to that Trey shot against Kansas, I was in the left corner and thought, oh boy, I better go try to rebound this thing. I must have forgotten we had the Naismith Player of the Year on our team. I might add, that Trey Burke shot was in front of 70,000 people.
This is true too.
In Dallas at the Cowboys Stadium. That was a special game and a special moment.
Burnett Defensively, couldn't quite hold the ground against the taller Jalen Owinga. Freshman making his debut, opposite way. Cheddar with a very quick answer.
This team has made a concerted effort, even on Toledo made three-point play.
Nick, one thing we were keeping an eye on today, we were going to count how many dribbles before Michigan.
Once you get the ball, you need to make the decision to either dribble, shoot, or pass. And I think that's something that this team has done extremely well in terms of making quick, decisive decisions and keeping the defense on their heels.
Lewis in the corner, got a nice roll. Sam
To avoid the out-of-bounds call.
Rudolph Owinga lobbing up. Golden couldn't slam it down. Case in there again, though. Loose change. Off the glass and fouled. Burchich got him.
At another two.
Again,
Miss on the box score, so now he's able to keep 6 for 6 from the field right now.
Yep. Back, though. Burnett one step back. Ford shovels it off. Down low. Owinga couldn't jam it down. Case in the opposite way. Pressure behind him. Loose ball ripped away. Wilson ahead to Simmons for 2. And then on the baseline, Kaysen went down. Kind of odd sequence. And he's a little shaken.
Sure, because it's above the shoulders, just making sure that he's okay and taking the concussion protocols.
That's unusual. One of the reasons why you try to avoid hanging on the rim. Of course, inadvertent. In this first half, Michigan up 10. Simmons will trigger. Couldn't hit. Wolverines with a chance to end the half on a high note. Lead feed in the jam for Burnett.
Can't say it enough, but the tempo, very excited about having him on campus and everything he can do for this basketball team.
A competitor. About 4 seconds separating shot clock and game clock. Simmons with it, runs into 7-footer Golden. Has some trouble, couldn't finish. Golden the rebound. Michigan with 7 seconds left in the first half. Burnett looks up with 3 seconds. Cheddar has to get this off. Came up just short, but a 12-point lead for the Wolverines after a half of play in this ball. We got Simmons as the team switch sides. Michigan had 37 of their 50 points come from the bench in that opening half. LJ Kaysen, who had 18 of them, begins the half on the bench. Starters out for both sides. Gale carving his way in. What a finish.
That all started
to get shots off. Will naturally be a little easier with these guys that he's coaching. A fake from Adams and free throws on the horizon.
You mentioned the size. Typically, as a 7-footer, you're not going to feel the
Ypsilanti, not far away at all from here. His youngest son was actually born in Ann Arbor. So
some winter jackets.
Yep.
Maybe some Canada Goose.
Reuben Jones transferred from North Texas, grew up in Texas, as Roddy Gale gets fouled, and Reuben was saying that he hasn't bought a coat yet, but he's been walking around in the sweatsuit pretty much the entire time leading up to Florida Atlantic and an incredible run in Boca.
Energy specifically is something that's required now, especially with the transfer portal. And you hear Coach Beeline and some of his other mentors to get advice on what this job means and what will be expected of him. And I think so far he's shown he's ready to take on that challenge.
Force the turnover here, potential 2-on-1. Wolf will take it all the way. 8 different Wolverines scored in the first half. Now here's that 7-footer out on the perimeter guarding. Adams against Gale here. Adams will shoot over him and connects. Pretty shot there from Isaiah Adams, Jacksonville, Florida native, who actually played against this exhibition matchup. A lot of these Michigan fans getting their first look at Dusty May on the sideline in Chrysler Center. Cheddar, a nice pump fake, has the size advantage, goes up strong and finishes.
Great patience and awareness there. Used the jump stop, used the pump fake, got his body under control, and was able to finish a little floater in the lane there. And Cheddar led this team in scoring in their first exhibition match versus Oakland. He's a guy that's capable of scoring in a variety of ways.
Today, that's LJ Kaysen. Nice turnaround in Toledo within striking distance. Gale tried to turn the corner. Adams cut him off. Extra pass intercepted by Owinga. Now back to their way. Toledo trying to run, and they do with Hubbard. Hubbard wide open from three. About as open as he...
Miscommunication there between Gale and the big, leading to an open three.
Extra pass, they're looking for another three, and Owinga drains it. The 6'8" freshman, it's at...
I would say that I think they're going to finish a lot higher than 9th. I think they have the capability of doing so.
Completely new team, 11 new faces. Shot clock at 8, picked off by Donaldson. Payson back in the game. Goes up, couldn't finish. Follow-up is good from Burnett.
I think Toledo got a piece of that layup by Kaysen. Able to clean that up and score at the rim for 2.
Now Wilson probing and floating and finishing off the window. Nice little magical touch to make it a 6-point game.
That was great patience and awareness by him, playing a little bit of cat and mouse.
Oh, Cheddar got hit from long distance. Seth Hubbard collided with him. 5 of 6.
And
Yep, him and Namari Burnett, another. Nice rebound from Burnett. Tried to give the Wolverines a second chance at it. And the ensuing pass picked off. Todd Kowalczyk's Toledo team playing well. In his 15th year at the helm, they want to shoot threes. They do it there with Lewis and pull even closer. Within 4 now. The closest they've been since going down 14. At one point, we're on a 10-0 run. It's 17-3 overall. Wolverines trying to stem the tide on this end. Double comes, extra pass. Burnett loads it up. Couldn't hit. Golden using all 7 feet and 1.
That's where Golden's size will be.
From Florida Atlantic to Ann Arbor. His first 3 buckets versus Oak.
The ball, giving him no easy looks.
Absolutely. And Michigan, to your point, they've turned it over 5 times. So Toledo really ramping up the pressure, and Adams, despite his foul trouble, you see why they're... Walters likes that corner.
No hesitation.
Golden in a battle against Burchich. Goes to work. 7'1", used every inch of the size there to draw a foul. And free throws coming up. In exhibition matchups, the last meeting was a 90-80 win for Michigan in 20.
This Michigan offense gets some easy buckets in transition to build.
Now Golden checks out, Wolf comes in. 10-point game. They're trying to turn the script defensively here. 3-on-1, and Walters turns it into a jam. And the bench is hyped up.
On cue, it's almost like they heard me say to get out in transition, get some easy buckets.
Don't you like this broadcasting thing? You can speak from the side and then it just manifests into the court. Nice fadeaway there. He's got some players that can really knock down that shot from long range. Dusty also said he wants this to be an enjoyable team for Michigan fans to watch as Lewis pulls it back. Speaking of enjoyable to watch, he has had a fun to go.
Lewis has really found his confidence in the shooting stroke here in the second half. You saw one go in, and now it's really become a waterfall.
Hop step into the paint, and 1 for Walters. He can do more than just on the perimeter.
We talked about this.
From Alabama, left-handed, really skilled, as Nick alluded to, MAC regular season titles. In the corner, it's Hubbard. Well short. This is where Michigan can run. Off those short rebounds, it's Jones. Into the lane, ran into trouble. The drop off, and the finish for Wolf.
That's the kind of offense that Michigan has been needing in this second half. Using those misses and getting out in transition.
Block at the other end from Wolf with the follow-up, and en route to losing in that Final Four game to San Diego State by 1 point, 72-7. It was quite the run in Boca. But
initial interest with Dusty May and FAU was that style of play and fast-paced tempo, especially with a lot of guys having aspirations to play in the NBA at the next level. That's something that translates and scouts want to be able to see you can do. And it's building habits. And the first thing that stands out to me from watching this Michigan team, drinking lots of water, maybe a Camp Sanderson here or there, as we mentioned. Those are
back one more time, Nick, for the people, to the Saturday morning pain that you used to feel, you and Karis LeVert, after the Camp Sanderson. As we get a lob up to Golden to hammer that down. See the conditioning on display there.
Those were some great memories with Karis LeVert.
Painful memories, but memories that played out in long NCAA tournament runs. That's what Michigan's trying to get back to. A drive from Simmons leads to a foul. Looks like they got Kaysen.
Defenders getting Michigan in a little bit of foul trouble here. Well-run, well-coached team that's had tremendous success.
Great possession with Simmons at the line. Opts to whip it out, and Hubbard got fouled out high near. I mentioned Hubbard transferred from Western Michigan, big pick.
And their transfers, they actually lost 3 key players last year to the transfer portal.
5:40 to go. Toledo has not shied away, trailed by 14 in this game, then went on a 10-0 run to get back in it, and now it is a 4-point game and a 10-2 run overall. Golden trying to give some life back into this Michigan offense. A blocking foul called, so it'll stay on this end. And what's looking like it's going to be a pretty close finish.
I mentioned early on in this game, Wolverines work for everything.
It's been so good in the second half, couldn't hit. And Gale looking to get out and run. He can be a leader in these type of moments. Got hit from behind, so it is going to be a foul. Should be 3 free throws here.
After erupting early on in this game, would love to the refs' credit, that is a foul.
Yep.
You're not allowed to do that, so good call by him.
Turns from Ohio State junior. He can be a Toledo in the bonus. Things get tight and clustered, and they force a turnover. Here's Gale looking and lobbing up high. Burnett couldn't hammer it down. Back come the Rockets the other way. Exploding into the front court and finishing off the window goes Simmons. Simmons scoring once again to the rim off the turnover, but a block from behind.
Turnovers.
Is that something you're drilling in practice?
Well, that's just an awareness thing. Trying to build with this team of, hey, we know they score, but we need to get an easy shot. Michigan not really being able to free themselves to make any significant runs.
It's been Toledo pulling close and not going away. This ball tapped out, and now Toledo's looking to run. Wilson in the open court, got it back from Hubbard, and finished. Italy tie with a 3. They're gonna attack the rim though. Hubbard couldn't finish. Rim is rocking right now. 3:35 to go. 1 possession game. Up ahead to Cheddar. He got blocked again.
This has just been an up and down battle.
Double bonus here. Final 3:28. Nick, you brought up the question to me during commercial break. Who's going to be the floor general in these moments for Michigan?
I think that's Trey Donaldson, and we've talked about playing fast, but I think being a floor general, you need to have a feel for the game and feel that you know is going to have success.
After the Adams bucket, it's a 1-point game on an 8-0 run. Under 3 to go. Wolf, nice crafty pass to Gale. Veteran to veteran. Big bucket plus the foul. In these moments. In his New Jersey, 2 possessions barring a 4-point play. Heart racing for your first game on the sidelines here, Nick.
It's only right. We need a thriller on my first broadcasting debut.
These are the fun ones, my man. Oh, what a shot there from Adams. He buries another. He's got 14 points, and it's right back to a 2-point game.
Toledo's not shied away from the challenge in the second half, gaining a lot of confidence with their perimeter shooting.
Golden has had his up and down moments in this one. There's an up moment. And good crowd tonight at Chrysler Center. Adams scored the last bucket for Toledo. They got a call here, and looks like they're going to get Gale.
Yeah,
a foul.
That initially the refs call as a foul, giving Toledo with a chance at 2 free throws.
The transfer from Buffalo couldn't hit the second, so remains a 3-point game.
These are the moments for Donaldson to step up and really set the pace and tempo, be the floor general for this team.
Donaldson, the transfer from Auburn. Here's Gale, teeing up and connecting on the three.
Jason, I gotta say, he looks a lot better doing that in maize and blue versus the scarlet red. I just have to put that out there.
I think a few people wearing maize and blue would agree with you. This crowd loving it. 80 seconds to go in the half. Up 6 now after the big three. Zip it into Golden, who's talking to Wolf. Wants the clear out, couldn't finish. Wolf couldn't tap it home. Now a big possession for Toledo approaching the final minute. Lewis has Golden out on the perimeter. It's Wilson, the sophomore, couldn't drop home the three.
Michigan got a little lucky there. Wilson with a pretty good look at three. They would have made it a 3-point game within a minute.
Now here, Toledo not quite needing the foul yet. Both teams in the double bonus. That could be a drive that could potentially decide this one with 37 seconds to go. A big first bucket for Donaldson.
Wilson answers at the other end.
Off guard today. Trying to make it a 5-point game. Free throws off the mark, but they get the rebound. And then the tie-up and a foul. They're going to get the foul on Michigan. Lewis, who got the big rebound and now big free throws, what's turning into 2 lucrative possession than you would have.
Dusty May getting Golden back in the game immediately for rebounding purposes.
Free throw goes down. Toledo bringing the full court pressure.
They've done a great job of making Michigan uncomfortable in this second half. It's the time you need to be strong with the ball and make quick decisions in the full court.
Kaysen gets fouled. Michigan is 20 of 23 from the free throw. Was nearly perfect. Gets that free throw network tomorrow night. Michigan trying to do enough to seal the deal down the stretch here, but have seen crazier things. 25.1 to go. And Toledo in the double bonus, potentially looking for 3 here. They've been good from deep. Lorenzen is their best 3-point shooter, has it now, shovels it out. The pump fake, get it back to Lorenzen, and he got blocked by Ruben Jones. A huge block from Jones, and Tayson wanted to give it over to him to possibly finish it off, but they'll just dribble this one out. They will get fouled. Gale. 6 blocks tonight for Michigan. That was the biggest one. That one drops for him to give him 20 points. Ruben Jones, fittingly a guy that Dusty May said he loves his defense as Lewis hits the 3, as Toledo's effort falls short. Dusty May said he loves Ruben Jones' defense. They used to try to draw plays away from him when they were going up against each other in the American Conference at North Texas and Florida Atlantic. He finishes it off with the block. Nick, a good one for your first one back